The Council Chairperson of the University of Cape Town, Babalwa Ngonyama, is calling for an independent investigation into allegations of misconduct against her. The allegations centre around the departure of the former Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Learning and Teaching, Associate Professor Lis Lange. Members of the UCT Council allege that Ngonyama provided false responses to the Senate for Lange's departure. But the issues at UCT stretch further than this. Reports about governance concerns have been raised around VC Mamogethi Phakeng. We are now joined by Babalwa Ngonyama, the chair of the UCT Council. Good evening and welcome. I suppose the obvious question is, did you mislead the council?
Definitely not. Let me say good evening first to you and congratulations on your BPI award. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, man. So getting back to your question, as chair of council, I do understand that the public, the society rightfully so, they hold us at high standards when it comes to issues of integrity. Honesty is crucial in our role. There is no way that we can play games with that and mislead people. What I would like to ask South African society, Imran, is to give us an opportunity, give an investigation, the space and time, the truth will come out.
So what are you permitted to share with us around the developments on the matter pertaining to Ms. Lange?
So what we can talk about, for example, I would like to clarify the fact that around people departures, papers talk about 11 people who have left over a period of 4 years since 2018 until to date. And if you look at it quite carefully, 7 of them is actually retirees, it's people who are retiring. So we are talking about 4 people who left from 2018, and whether that in anyone's, people will make their own judgment, whether really it's an exodus then at an executive level, I will leave it up to you to decide.
So you're saying these, and there was a statement put out by UCT talking about this very matter, laying out some of the, what UCT is saying are the facts and the true representation of developments at the institution in terms of people that have left. But what, in terms, why do you think there is this characterization of UCT as a place where there is a culture of secrecy, which is a culture that is being engendered by both yourself and the Vice-Chancellor, that people are being unfairly targeted? Where do you think that is coming from as you read these reports, even in the context of some of the information that UCT is putting out as corrective statements?
We're going through a process of change at UCT. And when you're going through that process, it brings in discomfort in people's minds. It brings in fear. It brings anxiety. UCT is going through Vision 2030. We're going through a massive transformative purpose. And as a university, as university stakeholders, we have all agreed, though, on our Vision 2030 and the purpose. I think where we are having a challenge is how to get there. So what is going to be important now for us as a community is to engage and collaborate even more so that we find each other as to how then do we get there. So that's something that we need to deepen now when we reset from this incident that has happened.
So hopefully an independent investigation, I mean, one of the objectives then is to get to the bottom of, to the bottom of the issues and to be able to lay bare exactly what's gone wrong and who is responsible and to ascribe accountability on that matter. Why was the council so divided in its approach on this?
So there were people who wanted to go for an internal investigation process, and other people felt that we should go externally in the first instance. So when people were pushing for an internal investigation or an internal process, the view is that that process can be quite reconciliatory, Iman. You can resolve issues much better when you have internal processes rather than when you go immediately to the outside. I mean, if you look at places like CCMA and even courts themselves, one of the things that frustrates them is the fact that people run straight away to CCMA or they run to courts without exhausting their own internal instruments. But more importantly, though, what I do want to emphasize in an internal instrument is that you have an opportunity not just to show a winner or loser here, but to reconcile. So that's why half of the council felt that let's allow this to take us to the next level rather than allowing it to destroy us. But now it's becoming very, very clear that there is no buy-in from some of the stakeholders on the internal process. And remember, the pillar of an internal process is that it must have buy-in and credibility. If it misses those two pillars, then you might as well go straight to an external investigation. That's why I have recommended now that I think let's go to an external investigation.
What are you hoping will finally be laid to rest or laid bare in an internal investigation, particularly as some of these allegations relate directly to you?
Are you saying internal or external?
The external.
Okay, I get you. So what we want first and foremost from an external investigation is for the truth to come out. Let's get to the bottom of this.
And what's the truth from your vantage point?
I did not mislead Senate. I think let's get that one straight. So, and I'm happy to go through the process where I will be able to prove myself that I didn't. And also what is important for the university community also to get assurance of, we don't push people at UCT. We respect people. People make their own decisions, especially at that level, a senior level like Deputy Vice-Chancellor. People decide on their careers as to where to go and when, But it will come out of that investigation as well.
Well, what's the timeline on this, and what in the interim are prospects for a culture of healing around, what have been very scathing allegations, the way the institution is characterized in news reports with narrations from specific individuals about the kind of treatment that they have been on the receiving end of, the claims of a lack of transparency or lack of confidence in being able to clearly state their positions. What is it going to take, besides this investigation that you are hoping will come to fruition, to bring the university back into a position of stability and a focus on learning and results?
Sure. Let me clarify something. An academic space is a space of debate and challenge. There's robust challenges in the university. And it does not necessarily mean that people no longer have confidence in you. Or no longer have confidence in the leadership. That's what I'm noticing between university and the corporate world. So in this case, university still has a lot of confidence in us. What we have done, Iman, if I can explain to you, we have taken UCT in 2018, which was battling from Rhodes Must Fall, which was battling from Fees Must Fall, and we had just lost our Professor Mayosi untimely, to a university which is very stable today. A university which received this year triple awards in its business school. A university today which has a large number, or the biggest number, of rated scientists in Africa. So if you are looking for a rated scientist, you come to UCT. And those rated scientists are not just African, but they are recognized and respected globally. You see, so for me today, what we do need to make sure that we don't lose out, is that purpose of the university, is that business of the university, you know.
Well, we'll watch this as it develops and see what the outcomes might be for the prospects of an independent investigation, and as you say, a clarification of all of the allegations and the issues that are currently plaguing the institution. Thank you for talking to us this evening.
Sure.
Babalwa Ngonyama is the chair of the UCT Council.